parents and Sundale students. Mrs. Ruffert and I are here to recognize students for instant reward. These are students that have been caught being good even during distance learning. We will be recognizing at this time TK through 3rd grade. I have Genevieve Saldana from Mrs. Lopez and Mrs. T. Genevieve has been doing an amazing job participating in all her Zooms. Thank you, Genevieve. Keep up the good work and showing responsibility. Benjamin Sprague from Mrs. Sousa's class. He is always on time to our meetings with positive attitude and ready to learn. Way to be responsible, Benjamin. Aaliyah Farias from Miss Carvalho's class. Actively participating in daily Zoom meetings. I'm very proud of Aaliyah. Way to be responsible also, Aaliyah. Zula Puzzi from Mrs. Beeson's class. Zoe has been responsible with her distance learning packet and Zoom sessions even when Wi-Fi has been an issue. Thank you, Zoe. Way to be responsible. Jade Rosales from Miss Johnston's class. Jade is working so hard with her grandma, getting on Zoom every day and getting all her work done. So proud of you, Jade. Way to be responsible.
I have Ulissa Reynoso in Mrs. Greaves' class. Ulissa was working so hard on Zoom and showed she is responsible by attending today's Zoom on time, working the whole time, not being distracted, completing all her work, and being able to mute and unmute all by herself. She is showing great independence and taking responsibility for her learning. I am very proud of her and her hard work today. Keep up the great work. Way to go with responsibility. Liam Calloway, Mrs. Medeiros' class. Liam comes prepared to his Zoom meetings. He turns in the daily and weekly work on time. Keep up the good work, and another responsible student. Aiden Angulo Olia in Mrs. Robles' class. Participation and staying on task, showing responsibility. Way to go, Aiden. Jace Anderson in Mrs. Barnes' class. For sitting, listening, and completing his work during our Zoom meetings. Another responsible student at Sundale. I am so impressed. Jefferson Regalado by Mrs. Vallejo. Jefferson is completing all his work. Good job for being responsible, Jefferson. Israel Longino by Mrs. V. Israel is always ready to participate and works hard. He finishes the independent work on time and is always prepared. Great job, Israel, in showing responsibility.
And now for our 2nd graders, Eric Gonzalez being recognized by Mrs. Aguayo. Eric is always trying his very best in class. He participates on our Zoom meetings all the time. Way to be responsible, Eric. Jackson Earn from Mrs. Mello's class. Jackson is attentive and focused during our Zoom meetings. Another responsible Sundale student. Jackson Hill from Miss Faria's class. Jackson comes to his Zoom sessions with all his needed materials ready to learn and participate. That's a responsible student, Jackson. Grayson Fritzler from Mrs. Allen's class. Grayson is on task during reading groups. Thank you, Grayson, for being very trustworthy.
And now our 3rd graders. We're starting with Wade Beachner in Mr. Bagley's class. Wade was shown good responsibility so far this year. He is working hard. He hasn't missed one meeting and is on time and is improving as a student. Way to show the characteristic of responsibility. Brooke Silva in Mr. Gordon's class. Brooke is a hardworking student who is showing great improvement. Way to show responsibility, Brooke. Easton Robertson in Mrs. Martinez's class. Easton is a responsible student. He is on time to our Zoom meetings and is happy to participate. He always has a smile on his face. Let me say that again. He always has a smile on his face. Way to go, Easton, in showing responsibility. Uriah Cox in Mrs. Nunes' class. Ready and focused during math lessons. Willing to participate. He is showing great respect. Way to go, Uriah. Ozara Rodriguez in Teacher Pauline's class. Ozara is trustworthy and is showing independence. Way to show the characteristic of trustworthiness. Next, we have Camille Bogdanich from the cafeteria staff. Camille is a very sweet girl. She always says please and thank you, and she always asks how her day is going. Thank you, Camille, for showing such great respect to our cafeteria staff. Way to go!
Great job, Sundale students.